Hello everyone, VJ3 back with another deck review. These are the latest from Chris of the Yanko, Dead on Paper. Just confirm that, yes. The Arcanas. Very nice decks. From Kickstarter project going back a few months. I actually thought these were supposed to be delivered sometime in the summer, but they only just happened to be delivered now. Obviously there was some delays. Massive project. Almost $200,000 in funding. We haven't seen any like that. You rarely see projects on Kickstarter for playing cards that do that well nowadays. And it's been a while since we've seen any like that, aside from this one. But anyway, it's pretty cool. So the front of the box says Arcana, Tarot playing cards. There's nice embossing throughout, and you see these nice symbols. Here in the center you can see the embossing, I think, a little bit. It doesn't shine, so it's hard to tell. There you go, you see the embossing. All these little details, everything is embossed. There is a light edition and a dark edition. All sorts of Arcana symbols, I guess it is. This snake, which is like a eternal or something like that. That's that. On the side it says Arcana. Some nice details again. On the other side, Tarot playing cards. Top says Arcana Tarot playing cards. And then the bottom, distributed by Dead on Paper, a Dead on Paper project, Johnstown, Ohio, made in USA. Printed by USB-C. The back, you see the back design with no seal, more embossing. The back design is a one-way with a live tree and a dead tree, which is pretty cool. You can actually see all the branches are embossed, or at least some of them anyways. Which is pretty cool. On the flaps, it says something in Latin. This one says, Quod est superius est, sicut quod est inferius. Something about being superior and inferior. You are as superior as you are inferior, I believe. I'm guessing. The other one says, oh, it's the same thing. I thought it was different. My apologies. Inside, on flaps, you get a couple of figure eights, which is the infinity symbol. And inside each one, these didn't come inside there, but they came with it. I put them in there. Boom. It's a official backer thing. T666. That's not a good number. T667 out of 4200. And signatured on the back. Pretty cool. Nice to have. I keep them inside the tuck case because it fits. And what better place to have them. Now, these decks are influenced, as I mentioned, by the 1910 Rider-Waite Smith tarot deck and other tarot decks. The decks do not have jokers or ad cards or anything like that. Instead, they feature 4 of the major Arcana cards, which are 4 that are of importance to pretty much all readings, so they were included. And he did, talk to all sorts of different people in the tarot community to find out for sure. The tucks actually have an iridescent, supposedly iridescent pearl paper stock. I can see it a little bit, but they don't glimmer as much. The inside, nice blue color on both of them. Very cool. There is coming, supposedly, before the end of the year, a expansion deck, which will feature the rest of the Arcana decks. For both, it'll be one deck, 52 cards, or 56 cards, whatever. That will feature half the cards for the light deck, half the cards for the dark deck, which is pretty unique. And it'll feature the same cards for both decks, including all 4D knaves or pages, and all the other remaining 18 major Arcana cards, so they could be used as a poker-sized tarot deck. On top of that, there will also be 6 gaff cards for each deck. That, I think it's for each deck, that will be good for magicians. So let's get on with it. Let's start off with the major Arcana cards they include in here. There is no Joker, but there is the Fool, which is the 0. Very nicely done. There is the Lovers. Looks like Romeo and Juliet. It's number 6, it looks like. Number 16, the Tower, which apparently exploded. And Death, which is ironically number 13, and we'll move on from that. And one thing they've done with the cards is they've incorporated regular suits and tarot suits to the best of his possible knowledge. So the Ace of Spades is also the Ace of Swords, and you see the sword incorporated along with the spade pip, which is very nicely done. The Ace of Hearts is also the Ace of Cups, and you see a cup, a chalice, if you will, within the incorporated with the heart. Red is only in the indexes and the aces. The Ace of Clubs is also the Ace of Wands, although it looks more like a branch. But I guess it could be a wooden magic wand. And it's on fire. And the Ace of Diamonds is also the Ace of Pentacles, and you see that incorporated within the diamond. It was hard for him to, kind of figure out which goes with which, and there's a lot of debate on that. But he figured this is the best way, and I think it's fine. And I like the aces. They're very unique. They stand out. They're different. And then you get to the court cards, which feature all sorts of beautiful artwork, nice figures, queens and kings. You see the 4 indexes, 2 standard, 2 non-standard, if you will. There's no pips or suit indicators in there, which is fine, I guess. There's just a lot of art you don't want to put. In this case, with all the artwork you see in there, nicely detailed, you don't really want to put suit indicators in there. It kind of would ruin the effect. And he drew inspiration for these court cards from his own art, from all sorts of tarot decks and poker decks, and I think they're nicely done, very nicely done. Number cards, beautifully custom, same 4 indexes. They got a bit of a dirty look to the faces. Standard pips, although custom, and just really nicely done. Alright, so let's look at the dark edition. Same thing, same 4 aces. Oops, I screwed that up. Same 4 Arcana cards, except that these ones have black faces. As you can see, the artwork is the same. Main difference, black faces. Spades and clubs have white pips, obviously. And same for the court cards. Oops. And I definitely look forward to checking out the remaining cards once they come, and there will be an additional review that will probably be released at the same time, depends when the deck comes, as this deck. So you see the number cards, again, a bit of a dirty look to them, distressed look I should say, just a little bit. Here's your back designs in case I didn't show you. Half dead, half alive, 3, one way. Just pretty cool. And so, anyways, as far as the artwork is concerned, I really like it so far. I mean, I can't wait to see the rest of the deck. Everything fits together nicely. I like how he combined the regular pips with the tarot pips, suits, if you will, I should say. Poker suits with tarot suits. Although, maybe if he had combined them on the pips as well, it would have made a little bit more impact. But, aside from that, it's really nice. I don't care if it is a one-way back design or not. It's still very nice. I will say at least 4.5, 4 3/4 out of 5 for the artwork. I really like it. It's very well done. As for usability, it is absolutely usable for doing magic, playing cards. I mean, court cards are a little bit different than you'd expect, but you can still figure out what cards they are, what court cards they are. So at least, and it's definitely usable for tarot, obviously, tarot purposes. As far as usability is concerned, I will say 4.25 out of 5, maybe. Just because the court cards might not be one-way court cards, and the art might not be for everyone's liking for playing poker or doing magic, and a one-way back as well for magic purposes. As for handling purposes, very nice stocking finish from the USPC. Handles great. So I will say a 4.25 at least out of 5, maybe even more, maybe 4.5. So overall, definitely a solid 4.5, maybe 4 3/4 out of 5. Very nice, solid effort. I look forward to checking out the rest of the cards and doing another review for the tarot versions. By the way, I forgot to mention, he was nice enough to offer an add-on of a tuck case that will fit all of these cards plus the remaining cards, so you can have your entire tarot deck in one case, which is very nice. Well, what I'm going to do with these, I don't know. But anyways, that is that. Also, he did send a coin, which I think was a free gift. I don't know where it is. I don't know what I did with it. I got so many coins. Oh, there it is. So many coins all over the place. I think that was a free gift. Perfect for tarot reading, mind reading, oracle stuff. Got the yes on one side, no on the other end. So it's a very nice, solid coin. Very cool. That is that. I will see you next time, of course. Make sure you check out collectibleplayingcards.com, where you can use the code BEADSOFA32 to get 10% off your order. I'm sure these will be available there if they're not already. Don't forget to comment, like, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.